Hi everyone, I'm really aware that I haven't answered the rest of the question that Liz asked a couple of weeks ago, and ironically, one of the answers is that sometimes when things get a bit much, you let some things go, and this video was actually one of them. So apologies Liz for not answering the rest of your question, but here we are. I've moved house, everything seems to have settled down and we're all good to go. So hopefully we can maintain this as a weekly thing. So Liz, you asked about how do I separate myself from my client's trauma, and I could easily just say, oh, just self-care, la la la, but it's actually not as simple as that. What we need to do is consciously make some decisions and have some strategies in place to help us transition from work into our life. So one of the things that I want you to ponder is, what are some of the things you can do? Can you change your clothes? Do you have a shower when you get home? Do you have a separate work bag compared to a bag that you use in your personal life? What are some of the things you can do? Do you, go to the beach and jump in the water? That's what I sometimes do when things are a bit full on. Have a swim, all of those types of things. So think about some strategies that you can do when you get home or on your way home that will help you to transition from your clients and from work. Something that you might do is in the car. Is there a point in the road where you go, okay, work's behind me and now I'm going home? Because those people at home really deserve to have the best of you as well. So let's try and have some strategies to really help us transition. I actually know of one therapist who, in their mind, at every bus stop on the way home, they drop their clients off. So, get out of the car, Jack, or whoever it is. And then in the morning as they go to work, they actually transition by picking up the clients that they're going to see for that day. So that's all just a mind thing, and being conscious of separating work and your client's trauma, because let's face it, we do carry a lot of stuff around. The other thing I want to talk to you about is, what are the things that give you joy? How do you transition from work and do things and separate yourself from that deep, heavy stuff that you're always holding when you're dealing in a caring profession like we do? What are the things that give you joy? How do you escape? All of those types of things come in handy. But I think the number one thing to do in order to separate yourself from your clients is to have regular supervision. And I'm not just talking about supervision where you go to your manager and you talk about your job. I'm talking about supervision where you specifically go to a therapist and you discuss what's happening for you and your clients. So this could be a place where you clinically debrief and talk about particular clients and what to do. But most importantly, it's a place to actually work out what you're carrying with you and what to do with that, and your reactions to your clients and all of that stuff. Because let's face it, we're not in a caring industry because we don't care. But one of the things that we need to do is to ensure that we are looking after ourselves so that we can look after our clients. And supervision is a great way to do that. The other thing I want you to consider is boundaries. How do you keep that professional line while being such a caring human being at the same time? That professionally we need to keep strong boundaries so that they're not filtering into our everyday life, that we can enjoy our life outside of work and really be the best person we can be, both at work and in our personal life as well. Because if we're not looking after ourselves, how can we possibly look after people around us, whether it be in our personal life or professional life? So they are my tips. What are the things that you do to transition from work? Having regular supervision, maintaining boundaries, but also those self-care strategies to really look after yourself, particularly when you feel heavy and things are getting to you. Know the signs as well. I've become quite accustomed when I start being a bit vague and more than normal and can't remember things. I know I need to crank up the self-care because or get to supervision because my clients might be hanging around with me a bit more than they should be. So there we have it. That's our question for this week. How do we maintain our life while we're dealing with traumatic situations? I would love to hear from you guys about how you transition from work. What are the things that you have in place so that you're not carrying all your clients with you And you can come home and be available for your family and that type of thing. It's really important, and I would love to hear your ideas, and let's share them down below. But also, this is going to be a weekly thing, and Monday I'm going to answer a great question about unleashing your creativity, and I'll try and actually show you some activities. We'll see how we go with that. If you have questions you want me to answer, pop them below. Nothing's off limits. I would love to see what random things you come up with and things that you want to know. So please pop them below. But in the meantime, please take care. Ensure that you're practicing self-care and thinking about those transition spaces that are really important in switching off from work and coming home into your personal life. So take care, everyone. I will see you on Monday.